Okay, right. This is a quick video on a steering wheel, Fordson N. As you can see, it's quite a rare steering wheel. A few people I've noticed they kind of chop them off here. This one's rusted, but they chop them off all the way around. It's quite not bad there actually, and they then basically weld on another steering wheel, which is okay. And you know, sometimes that's what you have to do. In this case, I feel that there's a chance I can keep the original steering wheel as much as I can. Now, having a look at this particular stuff, it's like a Bakelite. It's like a Bakelite stuff. I take it's like a resin. They've obviously pour it into a mould, and it pours around the steering wheel, I believe. You know, these are the bits I've broken off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this all up, take this back a little bit, clean all these holes up, and then we're going to seal this all up. We're going to basically grind this all down, and we're going to weld a patch in there to give it some strength. I'll probably do this one as well, even though it is solid, but you know, better to be safe than sorry. And obviously, you know, weld these up, and weld these up as well with a plate. And then what we'll do is I'm actually going to basically fill this in with like epoxy resin, like a resin kind of stuff, like a bonding. It's like a paste. I've got the stuff. I haven't got it with me at this precise moment. It's like a paste. It's like a metal kind of bonding paste. So I'm going to use that to actually, you know, blend that in and make a really good job all the way around. So we can keep this steering wheel as original as possible, just with a few little repairs. As you can see, there's the back end of it. So I'm obviously going to show you step by step what I'm going to do in my video. You know, some people will like it, some people won't, but at the end of the day, you know, I'm trying to keep this tractor as original as possible, and these steering wheels are literally like rocking horses. To get a good steering wheel, it is quite difficult. So we're going to grind this a bit more. We're going to grind this all back. All I've done is picked the bits out with a screwdriver, and believe me, they flick up in the air like madmen. So yeah, that's what I'm basically going to do. Is just grind these bits down, and then we'll weld them bits up, and then obviously we'll grind the whole steering wheel down and tidy it all up. But this originally, I think, I'm not 100% sure, so on my next videos I'll do my research, but I think it was like a dark grey. Definitely wasn't black. Looking at the resin, and also when it's broken, you can see just in there the dark grey. So I believe the steering wheel originally would have been a dark grey. So that's the plan. So it's all going to go back to original. We can keep as much of this steering wheel as original as possible. All these little lumps and bumps, you know. We'll do this. This to me is going to be quite fun. I'm looking forward to this. So yeah, let's follow the videos. The next video will be the next stage. Okay, right. So basically I have now welded this all up, so it's all been welded. As you can see, it's all nicely welded up. It's a very strong steering wheel now, and it's now in a bit of primer. Now what we've got to do is, the next step for this now is to basically build up this resin. I've done some research. This is a resin, so basically the steering wheel was dipped in it, into the resin, into like a mold, and then it dries basically. So it is like a resin style, and it was originally like a dark grey, not black, but a dark, or you know, like a darkish grey. So that's what I'm going to do. So that's going to go dark grey. Now to build this resin, I'm going to use this stuff. I've done some tester bits and it's pretty good. So what we're going to do is, I'll give you an example. In here, I'm going to put a bit of Aradite. This is no good now. A bit of Aradite, only because the metal epoxy putty, sorry, doesn't quite. I don't know how it works and how it will stick to things. So I'm going to use the Aradite just a little bit in there, and then put the epoxy resin over the top with the mold, and mold it into shape, and then we can sand it and shape it and get it to where we want it. That's the plan. So that's what I've done some testers, and it's kind of, I'm quite happy with the way it works. So let's do this. Let's see what we can do, and the next video you'll see a bit more improvement on it. Okay, as you can see, this is the outcome. I'm really happy. It looks really good, absolutely fantastic, absolutely perfect. It's really done a fantastic job. Yeah, you can see one of the repairs there. Look at that, perfect. And it's the same material. It's really great. It's like a resin. So I'm really happy with it, and it's really great. So now all we've got to do is put this into some grey primer, and then I've got to find out the paint that I'm going to use for this. And yeah, we're getting there. It's looking pretty good. There's a final little few bits I've got to rub down just over here, but look at that. What a beautiful steering wheel. Totally original as well. So I'm really happy with that. It's come out really well. Right, as you can see, I've managed to put the steering wheel into some primer. So that's all been done. It's all nicely done. Looks splendid underneath there. Great little job. Looks quite good. Pretty good. That is all smooth. It's just the way it's all broke up and the way it's been put in. It is all nice and smooth. Can't feel nothing. Beautiful. You'll see when it's painted. So it's all nicely been rebuilt. Looks good. Now you wouldn't believe, but I actually ran out, and basically this little bit here, I've run out. So I had to buy some more. So just gonna give you a quick demonstration on how things are done, just so you kind of know. Right, basically all I do is just get if it's quite a big hole, then obviously like I said, I'm putting some epoxy resin glue that I'm mixing up and putting in if there's any like serious big cracks. But anything, this was a little crack, so I've basically grinded it out with a little Dremel. So, or an air saw, you can use anything you want in it, anything really. Right, so all we do is just get a little bit of this, and I just chop just a little bit. Personally, I think that's going to be probably too much, but well, yeah, it is. Yeah, I'll have to do. Put that back in the wrapper. Put that back in there. And that's that for another day. Right, so basically all I do is just get the stuff. It's in like a little cling film. Just pull that off. Get that off like that. And then just literally, you see all the different colours, you've got to push it and mix it around. Try and work pretty quick. Try and, you know, move it around pretty quick, because it gives you more time to work with it. Within 10 minutes this stuff goes off pretty hard, so it's more or less hard. As you can see, I'm working it pretty quick now. The colours all change into like a really deep dark colour. It's more or less done. There we are. So all I would need for this little bit here is a very small little bit, probably not even that much, and what we do is just roll it up into a little ball. Use your hands, you know, you're going to have to clean your hands up after, simple as that. And then what we do is we just kind of give it the sort of shape it is, and then we just basically push it in and pull it out. And then that's the same there, I'm going to push it in and pull it out, and then the same. Right, I don't know what happened there, but anyway, like I was saying, the phone just cut out. So I pulled this apart and just, you know, pushed it all in, so it's all nice. Let's see if I can bring it up to the camera. That's kind of what it looks like. Then I'll just use a bit of 40 grit sandpaper and just literally sand it down, just nicely. It's a bit difficult actually for me to do it there, but yeah, sand it down so it's nice and smooth, and then you can go on to a very finer, and then it's ready. Basically, it's that's basically how I've done it. And that's how I made the repairs. But it's great stuff to use. It really works really well, and it's a very similar material, so it's quite good. I'm quite happy with it. Anyway, so I just thought I'd just show you that. And yeah, so I'm very happy with the steering wheel. It looks fantastic. Right, here we have it. As you can see, it's all been painted. So I've painted it the green that the tractor's going to be, and then this is like a plasticized, like a plastic paint. It's flexible, and yeah, so basically, as you can see, what a beautiful steering wheel. So I'm really happy with that. I think that's really come out really well. It's a fantastic little job. It's a great looking steering wheel. It's all original. And I'm really happy with the way it's come out. It looked lovely when the tractor's done. There you are. So now you can all go and do your own.